All right, we have DBD Sulfur Crested Cockatoo, also known as Lenorm, versus Koops. Beastmen versus Ogre Kingdoms. Pretty similar thematics on these two armies. You know, low leadership, high speed versus low leadership, monstrous infantry type stuff, but both are generally pretty mobile. What do we got here? Ungor Spearman herd across the front line. Smart, get some anti-large. We also have 2 archers, a crap load of Centaurs, some with throwing axes, looks like 4 total throwing axes. Then we have 4 more melee Centaurs. Torrox the Brass Bull for a little bit of fire damage to reduce healing, and also is just a good combat lord. Bright Shaman of the Wild with Traderkin. Very good blob punishment or single entity punishing spell. The other side for the Ogre Kingdoms of Koops, we have Lead Belchers, Man-Eaters with great weapons, triple Ogre Bulls, a bunch of Gnoblars in the front line, with some Gnoblar Trappers in the back, the Sky Striders, Crusher ROR with 4 Saber-Tusk packs. Saber-Tusk packs are good. They're good if you're not dealing with high armor, because they're extremely high weapon strength for their cost. Is great against low armor factions like Beastmen and stuff. Not super great against Knights, but Beastmen don't have a ton of armor or Knights, so you don't have to worry about it. The front lines are being loud and rowdy as the Ogres are going to plow through the destroyers of Drakwold and try to fight Torrox, but he really isn't having any of it in this massive Centaur flank overload. Oh, there's also a little Razorgore herd. Hello, little piggies. Massive Centaur overload, going to try and get back onto the Lead Belchers, it seems. While in the distance, Lead Belchers offer support, kind of shooting both sides a little bit, to be honest here. Shooting a lot of their own friends, but the Saber-Tusk packs are trading well into the Centaurs for now. Frontline is going fine for the Ogre Kingdoms overall. And the backfield is desperately being held onto by those same guys. Gnoblar Trappers trying to offer a little bit of range support, but also their weird Mortis Engine type effect that occurs once in melee. Maybe can help out this fight. Sky Strider's going to run away from the 4 throwing axes getting onto them, though. They don't like that whatsoever. We also have a hunter, by the way. Just a hunter. Just a single foot hunter trying to throw spears at Torrox, and he's currently blocked by his own Man-Eaters. So rest in peace for you. Overcasted Traderkin does hit the Sky Striders, who are kind of over here. So that Lord Snipe attempt is not going very well for them, while the Ogres try and bust through the front line. Saber-Tusk packs winning this flank like we were talking about. They do have some Gnoblar Trapper supports, so that is very good for them. Giving these Lead Belchers a nice secure backfield to put their buns against and continue firing out into these Centaurs. Just punishing them a little bit for their transgressions. Though, man, these Sky Striders have not been having a good time. Man-Eaters either. Like, this is a lot invested to kill Torrox, and sure, they're whittling him down, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Saber-Tusk packs, as we mentioned at the start of the game, man, they are so good versus Centaurs, like, for the cost. They're 200 gold less than these Centaurs, and they're trading quite well. Sky Striders plus these Ogre Bulls trying to pin in those guys, really get rid of them. And Torrox is free at last. The Man-Eaters were not able to really pin him down as the Hunter is now starting to snipe him out. Lead Belchers continue to fire into the Centaurs, who are now trying to just blitz this area, but Saber-Tusk packs are rallying from the other flank, which went so well for them, to really keep this backfield safe and secure. The frontline fight continues onwards. These Ogre Raiders have been mostly unhindered for the Beastmen. They've used about half their ammunition, which is nice. Lead Belchers and the Hunter all trying to shoot Torrox. Lead Belchers are really not the best at sniping out single entities, especially small ones. Like, I mean, Torrox isn't small, but he's not like a dragon, right? So, I don't know. I think they should probably just keep shooting at the throwing axis rather than focusing so hard onto killing Torrox. The Hunter shooting at him is fine. That's fine. Torrox and the Centaur is going to chase off everything over there that is routing. Bounce power is about dead even on both sides. And the Ogres just now maybe starting to get onto the Ogre Raiders. So you do have a Troll Guts heating up the great weapons Man-Eaters that were attacking Bright Shaman of the Wilds, and now they're going to go attack Archers, while the Slaughtermaster chases the other Archers around. Frontline for the Beastmen held, honestly, way longer than most Beastmen frontlines do, so good on them, but your time has come to an end, my little friends. The Hunter with Javelin still trying to chase Torrox, and these Lead Belchers chilling, as Centaurs are busy with other things. But these Lead Belchers are going to have to turn and fire, because they will not be safe for very long. In fact, the Centaurs might have orders onto them now. Yeah, they are closing in. Hunter continues to hunt down Torrox, and the Man-Eaters' great weapons are routed off by those Archers. Lead Belchers getting sniped down is a pretty huge deal, honestly, as far as this battle goes. So, goodbye, Lead Belchers. They are extremely squishy in melee combat. So Centaurs could probably finish them off. Though, as I say that, they do actually manage to rout. Hunter is still trying to chase Torox around, and Torox is just trying to stay alive. Centaurs are throwing axes. Out of the 4 of them, 3 are still quite healthy going into this late game. Bounce power still dead even. And more Centaurs are going to rear charge the Lead Belchers. Looks like they're trying to get a couple shots off onto that Hunter. And that shot will at least rout 1 Centaur throwing axes, but the other 3 are still here. They're still ready to take out that Hunter. Torox is coming in hot. Does he take a javelin to the face? It does not look like it. Torox is going to dive in. 56 leadership on him right now with all those bonuses and stuff. He immediately hits the Hunter, who gets a Butcher to try and heal him up, try and keep him in this fight. Because Torox is in it. Torox is fighting. And I don't know what this Butcher is going to be able to accomplish. Sorry, the Hunter is going to be able to accomplish. But he actually hits Torox right in the face. Torox was at 500 something, and now he's at 290. He is running away now from the Hunter, but the Hunter routs. And damn. Ogres have almost heal capped their man-eaters. 10 models left in those guys. Other than that, they have mostly just Gnoblars over there with the Slaughtermaster. Groghooves of Wolf's Run, protecting Torox from the big bad Hunter. And Torox is even thinking about just chasing that guy himself. Centaurs continue to rout some stuff. I don't see Lead Belchers anywhere. There they are. They are shattered off on the sides. They are officially gonzos. And the Hunter rallies in the face of Torox. He gets rear charge, so he's immediately going to rout again, but maybe he can turn and get 1 attack off. He does! He turns and gets 1 attack off. He rallied in Torox's face and then turned around and dealt with him. Now, that does happen sometimes. I always think it's bullshit when it happens, but if you're, like, significantly behind something on balance of power, it can rally in front of you. Like, almost dead Skaven slaves can't chase a dragon off a field. I kind of get it from, like, a lore perspective. It's just very, like, I'm a person that likes game mechanics to be understandable and consistent, and this, like, wishy-washy, you're not strong enough. But then I have, like, an almost dead Dark Rider chase, like, Boris Todbringer off the map, and it's like, okay, but how is that different? I don't know. I wish it was more precise. Like, you knew what units don't finish chasing things. I digress. Groghooves chasing off that Hunter who just turned around and straight up slapped Torox in the face. Bounce power is back to about even as the Ungor Raiders on both sides have kited away from the Ogres. Do we have Ogre Bulls left? I saw one over here earlier, but it looks like they must have been dealt with. These Man-Eaters are going to be a bit of a problem. The Gnoblars are not a problem at all, really, for the Beastmen in the long run. They can rout those off with Centaurs easily enough. It's mainly the Slaughtermaster, and even more, honestly, it's the Man-Eaters with great weapons, because Slaughtermasters are pretty meh in melee combat, especially if you have Trader King caster left. Groghooves finished chasing off the Hunters, coming back now to the fight. And these Gnoblars are almost routing just from attacking Ungor Raiders. That's how sad they are. Throwing axes, 2 and 3 volleys. 5 volleys left on those archers. 10 left on these, but with the Man-Eaters charging in, there is no shot they use all that ammo in this game. Bap, bap, bap. Throwing axes even doing a little bit of betrayal while they happen to hit the great weapons. It looks like another heal is coming in for those Man-Eaters. Even though it's going to by far heal cap them and like not be worth the cost Winds of Magic wise, it is the only thing the Ogres can really cast it on right now. I mean, what are you going to cast on? Gnoblars? Or they could hold on to the Winds of Magic and cast on the Slaughtermaster, but I'm pretty sure that Koops just wants this one unit to stick with him for a little bit. Ungor Raiders routing off, and a nasty Trader King cast. It's an overcast, too. It hurts the Bray Shaman quite a lot, but that is going to do incredible damage to the Slaughtermaster, and decent poke to the Man-Eaters, but it's mostly going to chunk down that Slaughtermaster. Bounce power shifting back towards the middle a little bit as Centaurs are throwing axes, charging in. I wouldn't be surprised if they killed these Man-Eaters off. Oh, leadership's dipping. The Slaughtermaster's almost going to rout. Man-Eaters are almost going to rout. Gnoblars are definitely routing, and the Archers are even opting in. I think the Beastmen have got this from this point. Man-Eaters trying to sally out and do something, but it just doesn't matter. The Groghooves still have 2 volleys left, and that alone can probably clean up this game. Another Traderkin. This one is undercast. And it's looking doomed. It's doomed! Ooh, another Troll Guts on the Butcher. Sorry, Slaughtermaster. And he routes off the Unger Raiders. Everything left has to go into melee with him, which, like, he's not a great melee combatant, but he's okay. Dismember are going to slow down these Centaurs with throwing axes. The Groghooves are trying to charge in too, but they will charge in the back of their buddies, so they won't be able to, like, do anything significant. Slaughtermaster's still healing. Does he have that thing? He has the -8 melee attack when people are near him, and he has the heal while in melee combat, though he is, like, getting really close to just heal capping entirely. Ogres are up on the balance of power, even when it's just this Slaughtermaster, who's almost heal capped. I don't know. I don't think he can fight all the Groghooves, though. That seems unlikely. Yeah, they got so much damage on the charge. The Groghooves can carry this pretty easy. Archers are even back. And another Traderkin. That will be the end of the Ogres, but it was a valiant attempt by that Slaughtermaster to carry at the end. Torox had a hard time. He was largely, like, focused for being sniped out, so I guess it's not like he did poorly. It's just, you know, the Ogres threw everything at him and they eventually killed him. Traderkin Caster and the throwing axes did amazingly well. Centaurs also did quite nice. Razorgore Herd did fantastically. The Spears also paid for themselves, and the Archers did a great job. These two Archers did, sorry. That's a Spearman. It's not even an Archer. So, the Ogres clearly healed a lot, because everything on the Beastman army paid for itself, or more. For Coops, Man-Eaters did well. Slaughtermaster did okay. Hunter honestly did fine. Leadbelchers did fine. Ogre Bulls did okay. Not amazing. Nobblers did fine. Nobbler Trappers did great. Sabertusk Packs did well enough, but some of them struggled a little bit on their value, and the Sky Striders got largely murdered. Yee. GG. Roar! Subscribe, yes, yes.